Hello. How many times a day do you wash your hands? I don't suppose you've ever counted. But for one thing can be sure, it's a whole lot more than at the beginning of 2020, before the pandemic started. So 10, 20, 30 times? An awful lot. We want to stay safe, don't we? Hands, face, space. That's what they say. But just imagine what it would be like knowing that you should be washing your hands all those times, but actually you haven't got enough water. There's nothing to spare. Every last drop of what water you have is really precious. Can you feel the desperation of those people around the world for whom that's true? That's the reality. They tell us that personal stories have impact, so I thought I'd tell you a little bit about why I do this. Support Christian Aid, organise big brekkies and sponsored walks, and tell school children about what Christian Aid do to improve the lot of so many living in poverty through no fault of their own. It's not been for that long, but I've realised that the build-up began a long time ago when I was a lot younger. The best way to learn is to teach. And teaching geography to GCSE level at Slough Grammar School in the 1990s certainly taught me so much. I taught all about global warming, the greenhouse effect, climate change, and that more frequent extreme weather phenomena were going to become frequent. Also about how the stage of development of a particular country helps to determine the quality of life of the people living there. I learnt for the first time about NGOs, non-governmental organisations, and how important they are in changing things for the better. Charities like Christian Aid and Tear Fund and Action Aid and Save the Children, they do truly amazing work. I was collecting door to door every year for Christian Aid Week in Forest Road at this time. It was May 2001 that brought a big change. My youngest was nearly 17. Peter was travelling all over the world for his job. But on this occasion, I was able to join him. It was half term, so I went with him to Nairobi. And while he worked, I wanted to see around. But it's a bit of a scary and dangerous city for a naive visitor. So I persuaded Carol, a young lady employed at our hotel, to escort me round. So we did see the sights, but then I wanted to see past the facade to the real Kenya. And she took me to her home. No toilet, intermittent water and electricity. We went to collect her son, Jay, from school, and I met Grace, the headmistress. Nowadays, education in Kenya is free, but in those days, it all had to be paid for. This lady was waiving the fees for so many of her pupils out of the goodness of her heart, and my heart melted. Upshot, a group of us went to climb Kilimanjaro in 2003. I couldn't take the time off teaching mid-term, so I resigned. And as a result of the generous sponsorship, much of it from our church, we donated close to £35,000 to complete the school building and provide a well for the community. It was proved that we could make change happen. My life now was completely different. I signed up to become a volunteer teacher for Christian Aid, and I took assemblies and lessons in many schools to all age groups. And in addition to working with Reverend Louise in our local schools, I was very busy. The Christian Aid Committee locally was being reorganised, and I was persuaded to join as the All Saints Dedworth rep. It was soon made clear to me that raising money was not enough. It is vital to rock and wobble some of the structures and norms of the world that keep the poor poor. Lobbying, petitions and campaigning are vital. This is us at HSBC in Windsor. This year is really special for Christian Aid. It's 75 years since Christian Aid started, just after World War II, when refugees needed help and the church stepped in. Real people, real change. standing together in solidarity with our most marginalised global neighbours. Let me introduce you to Florence. This year's Christian Aid Week focus has to be all about climate change again. Climate change for her meant that whereas rainfall used to be plentiful when she was little, as an adult she found it was scarce. Her life was a daily struggle to get that major necessity of life itself, water. With the help of Christian Aid, an earth dam has been constructed that retains rainwater nearer her home, and now life is much better. Florence tells her story in this short video.
Kwa masita ndita Florence mbona muthiani ndienda kuthata nenda kwina withe uthato ningeni na wongoni ni kwitu kanetha wanjeshi la uko na wizi wanjeshi la uko ni makwina na ina na manyie kwina kuma tena ni na kwina na nyina ndoto sianga ndiye ndoto sia bandi ni na ndoto yanga ambati sianga no kwetha na ambita bisie ni school na yi atwa na matwa na kotini ndoto sia na kesi na inya ela wetu yenye ni ne kale numesie na ine kadiwa banyi nyoka ase imaitu ni metwe wethe ne kalata ni nyoka ko sindi umata na ilo kona atu tukweta nguku usi kibutu masi akwasa lakini ngai andethe cia o ina kwatie vina kithanga swa ni kwithai o ite kai ni ndivina kithina ni mbesa nguku ya kwendo ya yana yanywa kibu no ni tenga umi mbesa isupo ngetha ni iwe ni muthanga kwana wata kindu chako ni wa moyo tusukuma tu no nie bae no be kibeti ina mutezi didi miongo ene asinde thesia
Mae tolu jokungu na malunga miongo mayangi mae tolu jokungu mae tolu jokungu we na emi na malunga wezelele mayangi mae tolu jokungu we na emi na malunga miongo mayangi mae tolu jokungu we na emi na malunga
ndio matungia muvea kiasi wangai ameke nesa angiasia pavumbe sisi no unye wangai ongelele vo boya giboya siana siaka sikale na Mungu kula si angiboya mbua iwi andu wethe kila muntu akwatoka indo niye mwamba ni salama niye mwamba ni salama niye mwamba ni salama.
There are other people, like Rose in Kenya, who have yet to receive help. So how can we help her? Well, at All Saints, we are inviting you all to take part in a sponsored water walk on Saturday, the 15th of May. Just go on a walk that day, where you want, for as long as you want, with whoever you want, and carry some water, as much as you want. You decide how much, but just remember this is a challenge. Perhaps an empty milk container full of water, or two. Get sponsored and we will see how much we can raise. Sign up and get your forms from me. Thank you for your interest and your support.
I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice, and when we sing together, a line is drawn and hope reborn. This is the song of kingdom come.
I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice. When we sing together, a line is drawn and hope reborn. This is the song of kingdom come. We heard the cries of distant neighbors, the dispossessed, the refugee, and God's command to feed the hungry and set them free, and set them free. We heard the word, the new commandment, and we reclaimed the prophet's call to love the world without condition. God's love for all, God's love for all. I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice. When we sing together, a line is drawn and hope reborn. This is the song of kingdom come. A reckless love that knows no borders, that speaks the truth to those in power, that shines a light on cool indifference. This is God's hour, this is God's hour, when we will stand against injustice with all who live against the grain, until their poverty is over and love shall reign, and love shall reign. I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice. When we sing together, a line is drawn and hope reborn. This is the song of kingdom come. We won't stand by while sisters suffer, nor turn blind eyes to ruthless wrong. Our song of praise will be compassion. This kingdom song, this kingdom song, a song of love and liberation, of healing hope and lasting peace, a taste of life in all its fullness. God's masterpiece, God's masterpiece. I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice. When we sing together, a line is drawn and hope reborn. This is the song of kingdom come. I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice.